Hello there. You are onto the Man-to-Man Session podcast. We raise kings to embrace their masculinity and amplify their influence in the society. Welcome. The Man-to-Man Session podcast is about to begin.
Is porn really a problem? Hey guys, welcome to another episode. I'm your host, AI. So, really, is it really a problem? Before we talk about if porn is really a problem, I want us to understand that porn being a problem, that is, being an addiction or being an issue in our life, being something that we struggle with, it's like every other thing in our life. For example, is it really a problem to be single? Think about it. There's nothing wrong with being single, right? First of all, as a guy, I know ladies here, right? Before you start saying, oh, for some ladies, it's an age for you not to be single and all. For a guy, being single, it's cool, it's chill, right? Yeah, it's okay to be a bachelor. There's no pressure for you to get married at any age. If you want to give yourself a task, a goal, and say you want to get married before 30, before 29, you are the one that set that goal for yourself. However, if you now get to 30 and you're not married and your goal was to get married at 29, then you can now find out, okay, why am I not married? But being single is not the problem. But the problem is that, oh, something happened and you're still single. You need to also understand that even in that same situation, being single is still not the problem at a particular age. But I mean, not everybody will eventually get married. Not everybody wants to get married. Yeah? Exactly. Like, it's also like saying, is being broke a problem? Bro, if you are staying with your parents, you are 15, 16, 17, 18 years, 20 years, and you're staying with your parents, you shouldn't even be worried about being broke, especially if they give you pocket allowance, right? But when you now step out and you're staying on your own, you pay your bills, nobody's giving you allowance, then being broke is a problem. It's relative. Yeah. Lack of vision. Being able to have foresight into the next 2 years of your life, into the next 5 years of your life, into the next 10 years of your life. If you lack vision for your life, is it really a problem? 2 years ago, it would have been a problem. 5 years ago, it would have been a problem. But you see, right now, there is a lot of changes. And I can tell you for a fact, I am one person who is a prominent advocate of have a vision for your life, have a vision for your life. But bro, I can tell you right now that the most important vision you need to have is the vision of tomorrow, which is Saturday. I know I'm going to, oh yeah. Like I said earlier on, NK, I think I should have mentioned this. NK is getting married tomorrow, yeah? Yeah. So when he's back here, you're going to be listening to the voice of a married man. So yeah, so like I said, tomorrow is Saturday, and I know what I'll be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be partying at NK's wedding. Oh, that's the vision for tomorrow. But if you ask me, AI, What's the vision for December? What is the vision for next year, September? What will you be doing this time next year? Bro, I certainly do not know. And I'm not ashamed to say it. And there really shouldn't be a pressure. I mean, just live life. Have plans. Have expectations. Have predictions. Have goals. Set goals. Tell yourself, okay, you want to achieve this by such and so time. But don't put yourself under an undue pressure that, oh, it must happen. What if it doesn't happen? Things don't always go according to plan. I had to learn that the hard way. Like I tell you guys continuously, if someone had told me back in 2020 that by this time this year I would be in Lagos, I would have told the person, hell no. In 2020, the vision for my life, Lagos was not part of it. Yeah. Every single thing I've done in the last 2 years, it wasn't part of the playbook. And so I came to understand that, you see, things don't always go according to plans. But the most important thing is that you are making progress in life. So lack of vision may not be a problem, but when you are not making progress in life, that is the problem. Is cheating really a problem? If you're in a relationship, and you're cheating on your woman, is that really a problem? So some couple of weeks back, I was in a conversation about this same thing with some people in my office, and they shared their thoughts. And for this, I'm going to open the poll, right? Now, I'd like to hear your thoughts. What do you think about cheating, really? So, the guys in my office were like, "Oh, cheating is relative, right?" Because you could see one person saying, one person saying his lady, the lady is dating, should not be getting money from another guy. And you could see another lady saying she doesn't have an issue with that. Then you could also see another, so you could also see the same lady, also hear the same lady saying that the guy she is dating should not be speaking or having conversation with other ladies, and should not even be going out with other ladies. And another girl is like, she doesn't have an issue if a guy is going out with other ladies. And you could see another guy saying he doesn't have an issue if his babe is taking money from other guys, but for him, he should not be sleeping with them. He shouldn't even kiss them. You see another girl say, well, if he kissed her, it meant nothing, but at least now they did not have sex. You see how people define cheating to them. So it's not enough for us to just say, oh, cheating is a problem. We can't just say cheating. And you see, I feel like that's what we do. That's what most people do in the world. They kind of generalize a lot of things. And the moment you generalize something, you make people feel like you induce people to guilt. Yeah. Because people are different. Imagine if this person doesn't have an issue with getting gifts with his babe, getting gifts from other girls, and someone else is telling him or telling her that you're cheating on your guy by getting gifts from other girls, other guys. No, to them that's not cheating. So when it comes to relationship, whatever cheating is, we will not be defined by the society, but it will be defined by the parties involved. But yet again, you now see people who now take it to the extreme and they're like, oh, and you can sleep with other girls. Okay. So the issue now is when people don't set boundaries in their relationship, when they can allow anything. So cheating in a relationship is not the problem. So is cheating really a problem? No. The problem is when there are no boundaries in a relationship, when there are no clearly defined boundaries considered and taking into cognizance the pros and the cons. Because you can't just come and say, oh, okay, you can sleep with other people. See, no matter how you want to look at it, right? There are things you can't do in a relationship between both of you because in the long run, you will be hurting yourself. Somebody someday will wake up home and say, I'm tired of this. I'm like, but I thought you agreed to it. Oh, I didn't really think you would go that far. You know? Yeah. So, and again, drinking. Is drinking really a problem? Oh, no. Let's even take that. Is drinking alcohol a problem? Is it really a problem? So, as a guy, while growing up, this level of sugar intake you shouldn't even consume in your body. The best thing is to drink water. If you don't drink alcohol, or even if you drink alcohol, whatever you do in your life, just be drinking water. Water is the best to be drinking. But when you now see alcohol, I'm going to tell you a very, and you can quote me anywhere and I have proof for this. Right? Back sometime in my life, I used to believe that alcohol is bad. So put this thing on alcohol. Don't even near it. Don't. But I can tell you for the truth today that drinking alcohol is not bad. And I'll explain why. Oh, of course, which is one of the reasons which you should know about the health benefit, the health implications of drinking alcohol. There is good and there is a bad health implication, and it's bad. Good in the sense that there's no sugar in alcohol, right? Compared to your carbonated drinks and the rest. Right? So if you want to drink something, I'm not really a fan of beer, red wine. And if you want to drink, I'm not even a fan of vodka. I'm not a fan of that. But I won't tell you what to do, what I'm doing. Right? I can't even stand the smell of beer. Or some beers. Let me not say all beer. I can't even stand the smell of some beers. Yeah, no, but there are some beers that I won't mention their name so that it won't be like I'm doing advertising for them, even though they are my no, there are some beers that are good. Do you get? There are some beers that are good, but there are some I don't take. Right? Yeah. For me, between a beer and red wine, I'll choose red wine. I might even choose Baileys because it is sweet. Yeah, but now this is where I'm going to. The drinking of alcohol is not bad. But when you now get to a point where you're excessively consuming it to the detriment of your health, that is where it is bad and dangerous. Yeah. When you consume it to the point that you don't have control, you forget that you are in public and you drink alcohol to stupor, you start misbehaving, start talking anyhow, and you even forget that you're driving home. To the point that even after drinking, you don't even have the sense to even tell yourself, oh bro, I can't drive home, let me order a ride back home, or ask a friend to drop you. You enter the car to drive home, risking your life. That is when it is bad. That's when it is a problem. Even the users of phone, is using phone really a problem? No. But you see, there's a limit to which you need to start reducing your screen time. And there's also a limit we know about radiation and all. Everything has pros and cons. So is porn really a problem? Is porn really a problem? I want you to know that in the concept of pornography, have thought about this before. There are different stages too, because the watching of porn is not the problem. The problem is what happens after you watch. One of the things that can happen after you've watched porn is that number one, you would continuously want to watch porn to a level that you cannot control yourself. To the extent that you can even be watching, to the extent that you can even be watching porn in public, in the office, you can even get distracted with watching porn when you should be doing some other important things. You are watching porn. Number two, when you watch porn and you continuously watch it, you would gradually begin to replace, unknown to you, you are replacing your ideology and the true meaning and the true perception of what romance really is. Because at that point, you begin to believe that what these people are doing on the scene of each porn is what you should be doing with romance. And when you eventually get married, you will now be expecting your woman to be a porn star because you want to act like a porn star. So you would now want to, do everything you saw them do. Even when she's not capable of it. And when she's not capable of it, when she's not capable of serving you the way that you have been influenced, because whatever you continuously watch, right, you form a mindset, number one, around it, and number two, you form a belief, a perception around it. So when you get married and the lady you're married to cannot serve you the way that you have been seeing on the television, the way you've been watching porn on your screen, it becomes an issue because you start looking for somebody that can serve you like this. So in your mind, your wife is not doing it well. So you're looking for somebody to do it well. That is where, yeah. In your mind, it is not, you may also start feeling like, this sex is not as, my wife is not making it sweet as I see it on, yeah. And again, you will even believe, see, when you watch porn, I can tell you for a truth, if you want to learn romance, porn is the last place. It shouldn't even be on the list things you should even go and learn romance. Porn doesn't teach you romance. It doesn't. So if you allow your romantic life to be led by the consumption of porn movies, bro, I can tell you for a truth, you're heading for a cliff. Women love foreplay. You will not see that in porn. Porn deceives you that foreplay is not necessary. And just kiss, pull out your your cock is set. And right on. And when you're done, pull it out. Oh. See, I will be sincere with you, right? The desire to watch porn is so strong that the desire to watch porn is so strong that when you start watching and you start believing it, you will not want to believe in it. So rather, let your woman teach you how she wants to be romanced. Because you're not in a relationship with yourself. For you, because you have been watching it before, you just want to be settled on it. You need to ask her. These are things people should be talking about in relationship. What is romance? Talk about it. Probably before you even get married, talk about it. See, it is better to talk about romance than to have sex before marriage. It is better. Because I see people, I see a lot of guys throughout their relationship days, throughout their courtship days before they get married, they don't mention anything about sex. They don't even mention anything about romance. They don't ask the lady how she wants to be romantic. They don't ask the lady to know their perception of romance. They just enter the relationship, enter the marriage with what they read in the book. What you read in the book is good, but it's not sufficient. You need to ask your woman, what does she consider foreplay? Yeah. So ladies, just cuddling them alone, to them, they enjoy that more. Some ladies fondling. Some ladies, this is my decision for that. So, don't allow porn to replace your perception of romance. Number 3 reason is this. Porn becomes a problem. Or rather, there is a problem when you continuously watch porn and you feel guilty. Yes. I need to talk about this part. Do you always feel guilty after watching porn? You should feel guilty. Especially if you're a Christian. You should feel guilty. You should feel dirty. But the problem is not that you felt guilty or you felt dirty. Even after masturbating, that's not the problem. The problem is that guilt was targeted at something. That debt was targeted at something. The way you're feeling was targeted at something. There is an action you should have taken immediately after watching porn and masturbating, but you did not take that action. It's like your mom tells you don't do something and you do it, or you go to the kitchen and you're staying with somebody and mistakenly you break something, you spoil something gets bad, or maybe your friend gives you something. You will start feeling guilty because you did something that probably you were not supposed to do. But you see what that guilt does? That guilt makes you take another action, which is to hide it and not come clean. So that is the goal. That is where there is a problem. The problem is when you don't come clean about what you've done. The problem is when you cannot admit that you are watching porn and it is becoming an issue. You want to stop, you don't know how to stop, and you're hiding it. That is where there's a problem. There's a problem. That's what the guilt makes you do. It ages you. It limits you. You know that porn is like procrastination. You know this thing. You want to stop, but you don't have to stop. And it is not allowing you to ask for help. It is not allowing you to come clean. So there's a problem. Yeah. So when porn inhibits your action and when porn determines the steps you take, that is when it becomes a problem. Now you need to understand that there are different stages when somebody becomes addicted to porn, right? You have the attraction stage. This is the stage where you watch a sex movie and or you watch porn. You're watching it once in a while. Once in a while. In your mind, there's nothing wrong with once in a while, Abby. You're watching it once in a while. You hear of somebody's sex tape was exposed. You're attracted to it. You want to know. You see that curiosity. You want to know what is in the sex tape. Like you're watching porn and you go and check it out. You see somebody masturbating. When you're watching it, there's a suggestion in your mind. Come watch porn. See, guess what? In case you don't know, when there is a sex tape that is released and you Google the sex tape, it is not only the link for the sex tape that will show up. You will see other suggestions of porn. So it is not just your mind that will give you a suggestion. Even the internet will give you suggestion. That is what attraction. They are trying to attract you. So another thing that happens in the attraction is when you watch movies that have like short clips of sex scenes, or when you have movies and then there's a romance, and then you're like, so every time you're watching a movie, right, and then you get to that stage where they're about to make out in your mind, kiss man, you should kiss, you should have sex now. So you're trying to convince yourself. You are trying to convince yourself that okay, you're not watching porn. You're watching a movie that has sex, and it is not long. Bro, something is gonna happen to you. When you keep on watching the movie that has sex, when you keep on watching it, remember, it is not what you do, it is not what you watch, but it is the fact that you don't come clean. When you keep on watching it and then you don't have somewhere that you're accountable to tell the person, bro, I'm gonna see this thing, see what I've been doing, and you people are not talking about there's no guidance, there's no boundary. One day you'll see the sex tape. After watching the sex tape, the suggestion will come to your mind, go and watch porn. There will be nothing to stop you from watching porn, and you will find yourself watching porn again. Even if you were once addicted to porn, the attraction will still come again. So let me say it here. Even if you were once addicted to porn and you eventually sealed it off, you got victory over porn, but you refuse to set boundaries, that temptation, that attraction, that conception, that suggestion will come back to you because it's looking for a way to win you over. It will come back and make those suggestions to you. It is now in your place to make a choice. What do you want? Do you want to go and watch the porn? Or you want to fight off the thoughts? Fighting off the thoughts, how? By not paying attention to it. Hey, my Christian brothers, I'm going to be very, very real with you. You can come out from a very, very spiritual meeting and you watch porn. If you don't listen to what I'm telling you, you can finish listening to a very powerful sermon and still watch porn. If you don't take my advice, some of you think that it is just by praying. After praying, the next thing you find yourself watching porn. Before you know, you're like, how? Before you know, From watching porn, you start raping a sister because you want to have sex, because you don't know that that desire, those urges, the urges. See, the urge that porn leaves you with is not expelled from masturbation. No, it stores up. It stores up very soon now because you saw somebody forcefully having sex with somebody. That's how you now force another lady who just innocently came to visit you. I don't even know why she came to visit you alone. I don't even know why she came to visit you at night. But the truth is, she even came to visit you. Maybe it wasn't even at night. Maybe she didn't even come alone. Who knows? Maybe her friend left. I don't even know the situation. Maybe you're even the one that even went to visit her and then you force yourself with her. Maybe you even treat her to come and visit you. Whatever the case may be, I don't even know. But the issue that you raped her. You raped her. And if you trace it, it is because you watch porn. So you see why I say that the problem is what you did with the porn. Yes. There are 4 stages before you can get addicted to porn. I've mentioned attraction. All of these things is a build up to what happens during attraction phase. The next phase is the attention phase. The next phase is the attention phase. I've spoken about this in previous podcast episodes. You can go and listen to it. You can go and look for the session on the episode on how to overcome and how to conquer pornography and masturbation. I spoke extensively on this because I won't really go into so much details about this because I want to end here. The attention phase. The attention phase is where you are now you are actually enjoying watching porn. You've come out of the suggestion. In fact, this time around you're not even waiting for Google. You see how you will know that you're in the attraction phase is when you keep on seeing naked pictures are following you everywhere. You're scrolling through websites, naked pictures are following you everywhere. Naked pictures, yeah, are following you everywhere. And naked videos are following you everywhere. So there's an app. Most of us may not know this, but there is actually an application that you can install with your phone. It's a paid app, but you can install it in your phone. I don't really know if I need to confirm if it has a laptop version, right? You can install it, and it blocks off any sensitive material if you are in the attraction phase and you don't want to be seeing these things from websites. So again, the app is really good. I recommended it for a lot of persons. Have used it as well, right? It's very, very good. So I would need to confirm if the app is available for all countries because I know that I have listeners from not just in Nigeria. I have listeners in other countries. Yeah, I see listeners from United States of America. I see listeners from South America, right? I see listeners from Philippines, right? I see listeners from Germany as well. Wow. So you do me a favor, right? If you are interested in getting this app, right? What you could do is just in the question section, right? Just let me know, just type your country, type the country where you're listening from. And then a week's time or 2 weeks time, I'll come back to this episode. I'm going to check the question section and I'll just get your various countries. Just type the country you're listening from. I'll get your countries and I'm going to reach out to the app guy to the company, right? And I'll check. In fact, I didn't even reach out to the company. I'll check from the list of countries that they have that the app is accessible to, right? If it's not accessible to your country, what I'll then do is I can go ahead and look for. It would have been a great suggestion to ask them to eventually open it up to you guys, but it may not be within their power to do that, right? Except we have a lot of persons from that country. But I can go ahead and look for another app that is available in your country for you. There are some apps that tell you install, and the app doesn't do so much. So the why I love this app so much is that it doesn't just it doesn't just block porn from your from following you everywhere, all those sensitive materials. It doesn't just block it, but in case you are the one, because in the attention phase, porn has gotten your attention. In the attention phase, you are now the one that is going to look for porn. You are now the one that is I should watch porn. You just out of that desire has been formed. You now want to go to the market and shop for porn. So if you now go to that porn site to watch porn, it is going to notify someone. So it helps you to be accountable. So without you even going to report yourself, it knows that you on your own, you cannot go and tell your fellow guy who you are accountable to that you watch porn. So it helps you with an accountability partner. So the app, you quickly send a message to that accountability partner. The person knows that moment that you are watching porn, and you guys can have a conversation about it afterwards. That's another thing I love about the app. Yeah, it comes in a premium version. I think it has just like 7 days free trial, and then you need to like subscribe for the app. It's very, very great. I recommend it for you. Right, so drop your countries in the question section, just right, and then in the next episode, right, I'm going to give us access to, once I confirm, I'll share us probably the link to download, or just let us know which of the apps to download. So guys, How I Met My Wife series is starting soon. That would be starting so I would have really loved it to start next week Saturday, right? But we would commence on the 16th. Yeah. Like, I really want it to start next week Friday, rather. I really want it to start next week Friday, but we would commence on the 16th of September through till 14th of October. That's the date for How I Met My Wife series. Yeah, 16th September to 14th October. All right, so guys, we've answered all the questions we have for today. If and again, if you have any question to ask, right? If you have any question to ask, go ahead and drop, and then we would handle it. All right, guys. I'm so happy. Like I said, I'm so happy for my friend who's getting married tomorrow. Yeah, I should go ahead and wish him, wish him successful married life, bro. You're getting married before How I Met My Wife series. That's a nice one. The pressure is getting worse. Great one. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. So like I said, remember, the scene, the action, the event is not really the problem, but the problem lies within what you do as a result of your involvement with that event, whatever it may be. Thank you so much, guys. Cheers. See you all next week. Bye, guys.